Caitlin Clark's new Kobe PE shoe sold out in less than a minute. And I saw so many tweets about this, so many people who were so sad that they've missed out on this shoe. I saw that there was this one Dick's store and people were lined up around the corner, like camping out, trying to get the shoe.
It happened in less than a minute. Caitlin Clark's exclusive Kobe sneaker didn't just launch, it detonated. Nike's website was slammed. Stores had lines stretching around the block. Sneakerheads were refreshing their screens like it was a concert ticket drop. In just 60 seconds, 13,000 pairs vanished. Not because of hype ads, not because of years of planning, but because one woman, without even having her own signature line, has become the most powerful force in women's basketball. And as the world cheered, one person watched silently from the sidelines, A'ja Wilson. She had everything: custom logos, big campaigns, even a Hollywood-directed ad. Yet somehow, she's not the one the world's chasing anymore.
Nike finally delivers Caitlin Clark PE. Is this the first Caitlin Clark exclusive Nike commercial since she's entered the WNBA? I know she's made a cameo here, she's made a cameo there, she was featured as part of this rollout here, featured as part of this rollout there, but is this our first official Caitlin Clark solo commercial since she has joined?
Most sneaker releases come and go with a little buzz, a few tweets, and a slow rollout. But when Nike dropped Caitlin Clark's Kobe PE, it wasn't a product launch, it was a movement. Fans weren't just buying shoes, they were buying into something bigger, a story, a phenomenon. Some waited outside sporting goods stores overnight. Others smashed refresh buttons on Nike's website only to see sold out in under 60 seconds. For a player who doesn't even have her own signature shoe yet, this wasn't normal. This was iconic. It proved one thing clearly: Caitlin Clark isn't just a player, she's a brand the world was begging for.
So it's finally here. Caitlin Clark sneakers from Nike is finally dropping. She was signed to them last year, and the sneakers is a year late in my opinion, but nonetheless I'm excited because these sneakers is finally coming out. But what does annoy me a little bit is that this is a collaboration with Kobe. Now, Kobe, respect to Kobe, the legend, rest in peace, great basketball player. But in my opinion, Caitlin Clark is a big enough star and she's creating her own legacy.
For years, Nike bet big on A'ja Wilson. They gave her the spotlight, the creative freedom, the narrative. Her shoe line was treated like a masterpiece, rich with personal stories, symbols honoring family, and elite design. And Nike did what they do best: build hype. But while the company was building Wilson's legacy in boardrooms, Clark was already doing it on the court. Nike was late to see the wildfire that was growing, and when they finally handed Clark a sneaker opportunity, even a non-signature one, the world didn't hesitate. While Wilson's line quietly sat on shelves, Clark's sold out before some fans could even click buy now.
Look, these things is some fire. I'm telling you, where there's smoke, there is fire, and these things is hitting so hard. And who got a bot? Who a shoe plug? Because I need 2 pairs. I need one for the sneaker wall, and I need one for my feet, because these things is hitting right here, and no, I don't want to pay $600 on go.
Wilson's rollout was loud. Commercials, collaborations, carefully planned visuals. It felt like a full-blown Hollywood production. Meanwhile, Clark had no fancy trailer, no months-long PR buildup, just a simple release. And the internet exploded. That's the power of authenticity. Wilson needed a script to shine. Clark? She just needed a basketball and a pair of sneakers. The market didn't respond to what was forced. It responded to what felt real. Clark didn't ask to be the face of the sport. She didn't demand attention. She earned it. And that's what makes all the difference.
I lost all respect for A'ja Wilson. I don't want to hear her opinions. I don't care what she has to say from this point on. When you keep a Nike deal 2 years in secret while you're spewing all that crazy stuff about Caitlin Clark in the Time magazine, read it. Read what she said in the Time magazine. Yet you had a Nike deal the whole entire time?
Within hours of release, Caitlyn's sneakers were popping up everywhere, not just on feet, but on resale platforms, StockX, GOAT, Flight Club, all flooded with listings as prices soared from $190 to over $600. Sneaker collectors, basketball fans, and even casual buyers were desperate to grab a pair. It wasn't just about owning shoes, it was about owning a piece of the moment. A product drop had turned into an economic wave. Nike's website couldn't handle the load. That's not marketing, that's magic, and it's extremely rare.
Your stock price since 2021, it is down nearly 60%. Your executives and the people who are making these decisions, their stock options are worthless. Meanwhile, you have the single biggest needle mover in all of American sports since Michael Jordan, and you have somehow convinced yourself that you need to slow play this. Let me show you.
Let's be honest. Caitlin Clark should have had a signature sneaker months ago. She had already rewritten NCAA history, filled arenas, and led jersey sales. Yet Nike hesitated. Meanwhile, Wilson's rollout came with full backing and still failed to create this kind of buzz. The recent commercial with Clark, although brilliant, felt like a catch-up move, a year too late. And while it's great to finally see Nike embracing Clark's star power, it begs the question, what took so long, and how many opportunities slipped away while they were focused elsewhere?
Let me show you Google Trends search traffic for 4 female basketball players. There is one who only rivals Caitlin Clark, and that is Angel Reese, and you do not have her. She is over at Reebok. I am so confused as to how you would be so invested in the WNBA for several years, and you have been doing great work to try to elevate and uplift that league and many of the athletes there. But this seems like you have convinced yourself that this needs to be an either-or conversation, and we never have an either-or conversation in the men's sports. You have like 10 signature athletes. Half of them don't deserve a signature shoe.
Nike tried to build Wilson's brand from the ground up, and that's okay. But trust and fandom can't be forced. People connect with what they feel is real. Caitlin's rise has been organic, driven by performance, charisma, and humility. There were no media campaigns telling people to love her. She just showed up and played, and that was enough. Her sneaker success reflects something deeper. Fans trust her, and that trust can't be photoshopped, choreographed, or scheduled by a PR team.
And all this was done while the shoes being developed, while the collections being done. To demonize Caitlin Clark and try to label her as a privileged white girl that's getting all the privileges, even though she earned everything she got. This ain't about color. This is about good and bad. And I find this a little evil.
Let's talk numbers. Caitlin generated an estimated $82 million for Iowa's economy alone. Her games consistently draw over 1 million viewers. Her jerseys sell out. And every time she steps onto the court, she pulls fans from every generation. Meanwhile, some of Wilson's most hyped games still struggle to draw half that. It's not a competition of talent. It's about resonance. And right now, nobody in women's basketball connects with fans like Clark does. Wilson's campaign was polished, professional, and somehow forgettable. Clark's release? It was spontaneous, messy, and unforgettable. Wilson had ads, teasers, influencer campaigns. Clark had a post, and chaos followed. That's not a slight against Wilson, it's simply a reflection of where the culture is. Clark represents a new wave. Fans see themselves in her, and they believe in her. That belief drives momentum no company can manufacture. While Nike was fine-tuning Wilson's campaign, they nearly ignored the athlete with the most upside. Clark's drop has reignited interest in women's sneakers in a way we haven't seen in years, and now Nike's trying to catch up. But imagine what could have happened if they'd embraced her sooner. The missed months, the delayed campaigns, the competitors who swooped in with their deals while Nike hesitated. It was a costly pause, one they'll try not to repeat. Despite all the backing, Wilson's shoes just didn't move like they were supposed to. And it's not because they weren't good. It's because fan energy can't be forced. Wilson's story was compelling, but Clark's presence sells. The difference is subtle, but it matters. One needed help to connect, the other connected all on her own. That's not branding. That's star power. and it's priceless. Wilson's brand appealed to a core base, WNBA loyalists and supporters. Clark's brand exploded across demographics. Kids, adults, men, women, even people who don't normally watch women's basketball wanted a piece of it. This wasn't just a basketball moment, it was a pop culture explosion, and Nike finally realized they'd been aiming small while sitting on something huge. Clark isn't done. This wasn't a peak, it was a beginning. She's still playing in repurposed sneakers, without a personal logo, and still causing sellouts. Once she finally gets her full signature line, expect an even bigger storm. And Nike knows it now. They've seen the numbers, they've felt the pressure, and they've finally embraced the star they were overlooking. You can't slow this train. Every drop, every post, every game, Clark adds more fuel. Her rise feels unstoppable because it is. The media, the fans, the brands, they've all aligned behind her. And when that happens, it's more than a hot streak. It's a shift, a cultural one. Nike, to their credit, finally got on board. Now they just have to hold on tight. The takeaway is simple. Don't chase the narrative. Follow the energy. Nike's late pivot wasn't about abandoning Wilson. It was about listening to what fans already knew. Caitlin Clark isn't just a great player. She's a brand the world's begging to follow. That's not something you can build. That's something you recognize and then try to keep up with.
I find this evil. This is beyond bad, because you had the ability to speak up and say, hey, everybody, relax. Don't get on Caitlin Clark. She got a shoe deal. That's cool. I got one too. Mine's taking a little bit, but it's going to come out. Just be patient. She could have came out and said that, but she didn't.
This first release was a test, and it passed with flying colors. But the next one, that could break every rule. Clark's signature shoe is coming. Her brand is forming, and fans are ready to make history with her. Wilson will still have her supporters, but the global spotlight has found a new home, and it's not going away anytime soon. This isn't just about shoes. It's about the power of authenticity. About a player who earned everything without asking. Caitlin Clark didn't campaign to be the face of basketball. She just became it. And now, the world's trying to catch up. If you support Caitlin Clark and believe this is just the beginning, comment Baby Goat down below. Like the video, subscribe for more WNBA content, and turn on notifications because we're just getting started.